Good morning. Welcome back. I'm using Jamie Sawyer's Out of Hand Tarot again. Probably will for the rest of the week. And I have allowed for reversals. The cards shuffled pretty well, but let's see which ones want to pop up for the day for Thursday, December 7th. What is most important to know, to honor, to celebrate? What do the forces of love in the universe want us to know about? Ooh, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Helping out, reciprocity, generosity. Let me bring it down a little. There we go. You can see it's the moon in Taurus, so it has to do with things that create stability. Connections. The moon always has to do with connections and where our mood is, most of all. I love the imagery. She still caught the scales of balance in the hands, the giving and the receiving. I love that. And of course, this looks like somebody helping out, maybe. At a food shelter. And the thing is, the spiritual law in that card has to do with the fact that giving and receiving are one. That when we're giving, we're also receiving. And I think anybody can relate to trying to help somebody out and wanting to give them something and they won't receive it. That can actually be a little painful. And if the balance isn't there, though, if the receiving isn't really happening or it's overdone on one end or the other, like overgiving, then we have stagnancy. And that would be why we have the death card coming through reversed. Other meanings with the death reversed. Oh, goodness. Well, besides stagnant, it can just be restrained, There's no... When the death card is upright, and this one, I don't really like the artwork because it doesn't necessarily show... I like cards that speak to death as being rebirth and, big changes coming through. Because that's the true meaning. At least that's been my experience. Although... the white horse here does show the moving on, the spirit moving on. So that's good. But anyway, death reversed. Maybe it's a simple message that, hey, we're still alive. No matter what we've been through. You can't die, right? We can transition on to another plane of existence, but we never die. That's what I'm going to stick with. Receive that message that we never die. Let's do that. Okay, and then we have the Two of Wands, but it came through reversed. But let's bring it upright so that you can see the artwork. This card has to do with travel, has to do with planning, has to do with the fact that you've got something solid. You have that one wand that's really solid, and that's you. And then with the wands, the Two of Wands, ruled by Mars and Aries, there's that movement for more. And you're trying to decide about where to go. When it's upright, it's a good card for planning, but you might be kind of restless and kind of just waiting things out. When it comes through reversed, then the way that changes the meaning would be to think in terms of maybe there's some fear of change. Maybe there's just simply some travel problems. And maybe there's a lack of progress today. But what if we let go of every day having to be truly or super productive? What if we allow ourselves to just sit in it for a while, whatever it is, and be really grateful for what we have with the Six of Pentacles, that giving and receiving, the generosity and the sharing, And the balance, think in terms of balance, the balance of power between giving and receiving. When it's from the heart, when you're giving from the heart, there really is a balance of power. And when a person is receiving from the heart and they're very grateful, that's what brings in that balance with the scales. And without that, we have stagnation. But maybe the task really is to let go and not be so afraid to move on. To always remain in the place of, hopefulness, and that hopefulness can definitely lead to faith. But maybe it is just about holding on to, on another level, in addition to that fear of change, maybe it really is about holding on to the balance of giving and receiving and the balance of power. Like maybe that's what really needs to be honored today. And when it comes to progress, I don't know that it really matters. When you're in a place of gratitude, if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen the next day, or if it doesn't happen this morning, it's going to happen later at night. When we're in the grateful place, more comes in. Gratitude brings in more abundance, because you can't create abundance from lack. So if we're in that, false belief in lack, then that would bring in, being stagnant and stuck. If you can't see more, because the Two of Wands upright is wanting to see more, wanting to experience more, wanting to have more. So if there's any stagnancy, it would be just because we haven't opened our vision. And that might be that true meaning of Mars and Aries there. But then again, too, Mars and Aries doesn't think about doing it, they just do it. And when it's reversed, we're having to think about it. We're having to make plans. And I think that's a good thing. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. And if it does relate to having less options today, that's okay too. Because that could be the hallmark with Two of Wands reversed. Sometimes it's less options, sometimes it's a fear of change. Definitely both of these cards have to do with the fear of change. But if you think of the universe as being giving, then, and you can relate to that place inside yourself that's giving. So why wouldn't the universe be that? I mean, that's where we come from, right? So why wouldn't it be the same inside as outside? We just have to align with the love. But anyway, so let me know how it goes for you today. If there is some fear of change, let's honor it and let's figure out what it's about. And know that the support is there. We can help each other out. Okay, take good care, you guys. Bye.